Alright, let's talk about water and food. Of course, you have to have water to survive. You have to have water to live. You can live, you go by the rule of threes, 3 days without water. So, you have to have it. So always have some way to carry water or boil your water. And here we have several different things. We'll go over them. Starting from something small to one of these oven bags. You cook turkeys in or whatever. These oven bags are awesome. They hold a lot of water. They're pretty sturdy. Great to have. You can mark the 1 liter line on them. So if you have water purification tablets, you can mark 1 liter, tie them up. Awesome to have. Next thing a lot of people carry in their survival kits is condoms. A non-lubricated condom. They work also. They're not the best things to carry water in because they're a little flimsy. I'd prefer to have this. They weigh about the same. And this is a little bit better. But I also have these in my kits too. Depending on the kit, there again, depending on the size of your kit, that's what you're going to have in it. Aluminum foil, also awesome to have for cooking, as well as you can make a little pot out of those and boil water. And these things, something that's pretty neat that I found out recently about these by reading the book. These are mini loaf pans. They're made out of aluminum. They fold down pretty small. You can use these also for carrying water, boiling water, cooking food in as well. We talked about the 1 pound coffee can again. There you go, multi-purpose item. Got your way of water. This is something, many of you have alcohol stoves in a little Heineken pot for water also. Military type canteen, holds 1 quart of water. There again, you have the canteen cup that goes along with it. Awesome to have. I have several of those. Nalgene bottles. These Nalgene bottles are awesome too. They're very heavy duty. Lexan, I believe, or polycarbonate. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But anyway, you know what they are. Also has the Alpine cup with it. Nalgene and Guyot Designs also makes a stainless steel bottle now also. Nalgene bottle and Guyot Designs makes one also. It's stainless steel that you can cook in over the fire, carry your water in and everything. And I'm looking at getting one of those also to kind of replace, one of those. I don't know. But anyway, your standard water bottles. Some of them have these flip top lids and spouts on them. Good to have. And this is an off-brand Nalgene type bottle. It's like 24 ounces. Then you have your Camelbacks. Camelbacks have, all different sizes and everything now. This is just a general, Camelback, one of the original ones. And this one here is, I don't even know if they make this one anymore. This is called the Canteen. I don't even know if they make it anymore. But it's pretty cool. I've had it for many years. And then, depending on the size of your kits, Nalgene and Platypus both make these collapsible ones. This happens to be a large, they call it the Canteen from Nalgene. It's 96 ounces, so a gallon. But they make those in various different sizes. Depending on the size of your kit, there again, you might want to think about putting something like this in here. Holds a lot of water, very sturdy, stands up on its own. There's things called the Aqua Pouch that are similar to this, a lot cheaper. They work well too. So with water, most of the water, fresh water in this world is contaminated now, so you have to have a way to purify it. So with all your kits, have some way of purifying it. For example, here's some Katadyn Micropure Tablets. I have a couple of these in just about all of my small kits. I always have these in there because I also have in my small kits, one of these two. So I have a way to carry my water and I have a way to purify it. Also, you got the potable aquas. You can use. You can boil your water. That's one of the reasons for having the cups. So you can boil it. You can also cook in it. So it really doesn't take up that much more weight. And if you got the space in your kit, carry something heavy duty like this to boil your water and cook it in. Because boiling, is the #1 effective way. Boil your water. Also not shown out here is my water filter or purifier. you know, you can use those. There's various different ones of those out on the market nowadays. So that's some water. That's water. Let's go over here and let's talk about food procurement and stuff now. Uh-oh. We'll talk about this in a second. Let's talk a little bit about snares. You should always have snare wire in your kits if you can have it, or some type of little wire in here. These are, I think, it's about 5 pre-made snares. Snaring is not very effective. Well, I shouldn't say that. It takes a lot of snares to get a little amount of food, so don't rely on snaring to feed you. What I carry in all my kits is some type of fishing items. Now you can have something as small as this little kit right here. It has line, hooks, sinkers, little lures in there and everything, to something in this little tube. Same thing, it's got some swivels, some hooks, some sinkers and everything in there, along with some tape wrapped around it. You know, these are for your mini kits. If you want to get a little bit bigger, this is a bigger kit that I've carried in my, if you see my Alice Pack video, this is one that I have in my Alice Pack. Originally got this design from Dave Canterbury for Wilderness Outfitters. He calls this the Pathfinder Fishing Kit, but you know, call it what you want. It's a PVC tube with fishing stuff in it. All the line is wrapped up right here, covered up with some Ranger bands so it don't come undone. Several different sizes of hooks, sinkers, spinners, some bobbers, some swivels. All that fits right in here. This thing works pretty well. So another little kit, also on the same principle as the other one. This is just a PVC tube with different size line on it. This is some 4-pound test, and this is some 30-pound test, along with some duct tape or electrical tape wrapped right here, and a mini tackle box with lots and lots of different types of lures and stuff depending on where you're going. So you got fishing down, you got snaring down. Well, if your kit can afford it, and you can afford it depending on your budget, I suggest carrying some type of firearm. I'm not going to go into talking firearms in your kits and all that. I'm not going to go into depth because I don't want to start a big war on, you know, oh, this firearm's better than that. Why are you carrying this? Why are you carrying that? This is just an example. You know, this particular firearm here is a 380. It's an example. A 22 would work really well, depending on the situation, and you can go on up from there. There again, if your particular survival kit can handle it, you know, and you want to, you know, take the weight, you know, it's not going to hurt, you know, put something like that in your kit. So that takes care of food and water, and hang with me, and we'll be right back here in just a few minutes, and we'll talk about some knives and tools and stuff, and we'll kind of wrap this series up. Hang with me.